and we are live for episode 2. Welcome to LIGR Live's CEO video series. I'm your starter, Luke McCoy, co-founder of LIGR and our live sports graphics and sponsorship platform, LIGR Live. This is the second video in our series where we'll deep dive everything to do with LIGR's graphics, themes, skins, and how you can actually order your own custom and exclusive theme from LIGR Live. However, before we do that, if you haven't already, jump over to our YouTube channel where you can subscribe and watch the first video in our CEO video series where I just introduce LIGR and talk about some of the features and what we're going to go into depth with across this video series. So if you haven't already, absolutely jump over to our YouTube channel. Also, while you're there, get onto our blog and subscribe to our blog where you can read about remote production, how to get sponsors into your broadcast, and as well as the graphics, which we'll go into more depth right now. So let's jump straight in. The first thing I said I would do is make sure I don't go over 10 minutes for each episode. So I've started the clock. So firstly, what our customers do is they enter into the LIGR Live app, which you can sign up for free. They end up on the themes page. So firstly, they actually would end up on the dashboard, and then they would create a competition. And when you create a competition, the first thing it requires you to do is actually select a broadcast theme. Here you can select sports. This drop down at the moment only has football, rugby union, rugby league. However, it's going to have about 10 to 15 sports over the next 3 months. So look out for that. When you create a competition, the first thing you do is link a theme to your sport. So I'm going to exit out that and actually go over to our themes preview page, which you can access from the dashboard. As you can see, there's 6 themes here at the moment. We actually have 5 more themes in, and we've got another one to come. So by the time you watch this video, more than likely there'll be 12 themes within the dashboard. Now, each of these themes are based on a certain list of graphics. So for example, if we go into, which theme do I want to use? I like let's use the Aries theme. So as you can see here, we've got background, event, intro, lower third, match ID, and these are specifically research graphics that actually standardize fairly globally across most of the sports that we'll release into LIGR. So obviously you need a background for all of your broadcasts to be able to actually put some graphics over the top and remove the vision from behind it. We've got the event graphic, obviously quite important, as you can connect a player to a specific major event, such as a goal, and connect their time and the number. We've got the intro graphic, obviously the introduction of the game. We include countdown and score within that as well. Lower thirds, as most of you would know, are quite important to be able to customize them and write them up on the fly, as well as save presets. Match ID, introducing the game as it goes. Penalties, obviously quite an important graphic within certain sports such as football. Player lower thirds, scoreboard, as well as scoreboard extensions, as you can see here, extending off to show stats. We also have our match status as well, which is quite important. It gives a summary of the game at the time of showing. And normally after a goal in football or a try in rugby union, you might show the match status to summarize the score. Substitution interchange, obviously quite important. Team lists, team stat comparison, comparing stats, and then what everyone would know as halftime and full time or quarter time stats. So we've researched these to understand these are the most popular graphics in sport, and they need to be within each theme, and we need to be able to assign themes to particular sports and have them adjust on the fly. We've also built in essentially skins for each of the themes. So you can see here, if I go to the intro graphic, okay, this is now pulling from the actual team colors, as you can see in these demo assets that I've got in, and I can actually change the skin color of the theme. So this brings me to, you can actually order custom and exclusive skins and themes off LIGR. You can jump onto our website right here and go to graphics and themes and actually scroll down and submit. And you can also do this within the app. We also have an example of how the sponsors work during the live broadcast, and you can preview them here. So for example, these are placeholders. I am an extra large advertisement, but here I can actually choose some different demo assets here, and I can then animate them to see what they look like. And I can also do this with different sizes. And so this is what your sponsors and ads would look like during during the broadcast, it would obviously just be your assets and not ours. Now, I'll just quickly demonstrate how easy it is to actually assign a theme to a competition that you've created for a sport. So you'll see down here, I've got activate. Now I've got a graphics URL loaded up. So this is the graphics URL that would end up in your vision mixer. So OBS, vMix, any of the cloud vision mixers, Wirecast, for example. This would get pasted in. It would obviously be alpha behind it. But if I want to change, so you can see here, this is a specific theme, which is actually this Ari's theme here. But what if I want to change, let's go to another theme. And I say, okay, I want to put in the Borrelius theme. I want to actually activate that to the competition, and I want it to look like with this skin, this nice blue skin. I can actually go to my new football comp, and I can say, okay, I want to assign it. So here, obviously, I'm going, it's on its Ari's theme. I'm going to move it to and assign it to Borrelius. I hit confirm. Okay, that's successful there. I can now refresh this graphics link. And the assets that I've actually pulled in are now all within this theme. So it's that easy to move around different broadcast themes and different sports within LIGR that will pull specifically from the assets that you've uploaded and created a match. So as you can see here, this is for a match that I've created, which is right here. And as you can see, the production link is in use. We'll go into more depth in this in the future, although you can actually jump in and see how we work really easily within these two videos here. How to live stream sports to YouTube and OBS, as well as how to get up and running in minutes. So if you want to jump and watch them immediately, you can. Absolutely not a problem. And so this is a game that I've created, which I can now just immediately move between themes. So I can come here. We'll go into one of the new themes that we've got coming up. So I quite like this theme. I'm going to give it a nice bright orange look. So now I could actually go, okay, again, I'm going to assign this to the new football comp. Okay, and I'm now going to refresh my graphics link. And you can see here, we've got a new theme that's been assigned to those assets. So it's quite exciting how easily you can move around the app, switch between custom themes, or build or request off us to build you a custom and exclusive skin or theme that then would only show up within your account, which is pretty cool. If you also want to go deeper into graphics themes, we've got an entire graphics theme series called Live Graphics on our blog, where you can actually read about each of the different graphics. So for example, here, if I click on the match status and why it's important, we've essentially written up a blog here on the importance of the match status, on why you would use it, on how to connect sponsors to it, with different GIFs in there to show you actually how they work. So feel free to jump in there, have a read around. We've also got coming, which is pretty exciting, which isn't here. You're going to see two specific graphic types, which are coming within the next couple of months. I'll obviously update these videos as we launch more. And that's scorebug extensions. So many more extensions to come off the actual scorebug, which is important for clean world feeds coming in, and also tickers. And our tickers will be able to pull in from around the ground scores from simultaneous comps, be able to put custom inputs and connect to different APIs. So I think that's going to be really exciting moving forward. And we've had a fair few requests from particular clients for our tickers, which I think is, really exciting. So next up, this covers mostly, I'm just going to check my timer here. Okay, so we're 8 minutes in, so we're on target here. Next up in our video series, we'll actually be talking about how to set up all of your assets to actually pull them into those themes. So you can see here, if I actually go to a competition, I go to my new football comp, you can see here, it actually shows me the theme that I have assigned to it. I'll actually show you how to get up and set up all your assets, including competitions names, get uploading and importing your teams, as well as getting your club set up, getting your players set up, getting all of your venues set up, and therefore that's how you actually pull them into the graphics themes. Okay, thank you for listening to episode 2. We'll be back next week with episode 3, where we'll do another deep dive on sport assets. Thanks for watching.